just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there, it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Bertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
Thanks to you. standing with us. You are truly making a difference in the lives of our neighbors in need.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Hey, Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Rose-Hulman as we bring you Rose-Hulman men's soccer on a beautiful night here in Terre Haute. And there is a lot on the line between the number 2 and number 3 teams in the conference going into this final night of the regular season. Rose-Hulman is at 10-4-2 overall. They're 6-1-1 in the conference. For the Panthers, they're 8-7-1 overall, 4-2-1 in conference play. Tonight's game brought to you in part by the Morales Group. Building better futures, one story at a time. Aspen Creek Grill, Why go anywhere else for delicious food? Burtner Electric, providing quality electrical services in central Indiana. Boilermaker 374, we're second to none in quality and performance. Clean Slate, inspired innovation that moves business forward. Piper Logistics, from warehousing to transportation and everything in between. And by Drumstick Dash 2023, move your feet so others can eat. It is a warm night here in Terre Haute, but we really do enjoy the warm weather when it comes to this late in the month of October, and I'm sure these two teams do as well. We mentioned moments ago, Hanover currently number 3 in the conference. Rose-Hulman is at number 2. We'll run down those standings coming up in a few moments as well, but right now it's Manchester in the driver's seat at this point. If they pick up the win over Bluffton, they'll be the number 1 seed. Now, if they lose, Rose-Hulman picks up a win tonight, Rose-Hulman can be the number 1 seed. And, of course, if Hanover picks up a win tonight, they also could be the number 1 seed. So there are a lot of scenarios to go into this one here this evening. And we may not know the total story of this final night of the regular season until pretty much everybody has all of the results in for tonight. So it's going to be a fun one. We have 2 teams, and we'll talk about this as we go along tonight. They have had a history, especially recently, between these 2 teams of very close games, no matter whether they played in the regular season or when they played in the playoffs. But this is a Panther team that is playing about as well as you can expect right now at this point in the season. They've won 3 out of their last 5. They've tied one of those, fresh off a win on their senior day over Anderson. Got all 3 goals in the first half, and they really set the tone there, and they go on for the win. So when you think about the win over Anderson, they were on the road at Bluffton. They picked up a big win there, 4-3. They went to Mount St. Joe. They beat the Lions 3-1, and then they come back home again to beat Anderson by a final 3-2. So that's where they sit right now at 4-2-1 in the conference with winning their last 3. And you especially think how impressive that is, because they got off to a slow start, and then about midway after their win over Earlham, they kind of picked things up right there and really played very well since that time. And it's really going to come down today. How well can they defend the number 1 team, at least one of the number 1 teams? If you look at the top 2 or 3 in Rose-Hulman and the way they can score, it's going to be a big effort tonight for Luciano Salemi, who's going to have to play well tonight. He comes in his 16 games this year, giving up just 22 goals, a goals against average of 1.41 with 49 saves. His save percentage is at 69. He's really going to have to play well here tonight. But Patricio Campos is another guy to watch. There's only really 3 main offensive players tonight, and Campos is one of those. He comes in with 16 total points with 7 goals and 2 assists. They'll keep an eye on Omar Dizdar, also a guy who doesn't have quite 10 points. He's certainly a scoring threat at 3 goals and 3 assists coming into this one this evening. And then keep an eye on Xander Oshner. Oshner also with 3 goals and an assist. But only 1 player in points and double figures, that is Campos, coming into this one here tonight. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll talk about Rose-Hulman coming up next. This is Rose-Hulman Men's Soccer on RHI TV.
Every person has a story waiting to be told. Mr. Jack comes in every Monday.
That's right.
One day I noticed his hat said he was a Korean War veteran. I asked him if he'd ever been to the Korean War Memorial.
No, I never had a chance to go.
That was the day I knew we had to do whatever it took to get him there.
Manny made it happen. I got to go to Washington, D.C. to all the memorials. The World War II Memorial, Naval Memorial, Korean War Memorial. Took all kind of pictures and everything, and it was a good trip, too.
I'm glad that I could be a part of Mr. Jack's story.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
I'm Keith Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
We're back here at Rose-Hulman. Great to have you with us, and all of the ramifications for this one tonight will be decided here in the next couple of hours between these two teams. We'll talk about this series. If you go back maybe the last 6 years, just how close it has been between these two teams. Rose-Hulman, number 2 right now. Manchester is on top, and we'll get to those standings, I promise, here in the broadcast. But Rose-Hulman at 6-1-1, also 6-1-1 at home, so they're very tough to beat here at home. They beat Defiance in their last 5 games. They beat Defiance. They lost a tough one to Manchester. They tied Transy. In fact, a game there just was only, 3 shots on goal the whole night by Transy, only 2 by Rose. But then they come back, beat Franklin 3-0. They beat Bluffton by a final 3-0, so they've outscored their opponent 6-0 over the last 2 contests. Keep an eye tonight on Caleb Urban. They've got 5 guys who can really put the ball in the net and very good at assisting as well. Urban on the season has 6 goals, 8 assists, good enough for 20 points. He leads the team going into this one here tonight. Keep an eye on Connor Patton as well, 8 goals and an assist for 17 points. Tyler Eldridge, another high scorer, 3 and 6 on the year for 12 points. Owen Trute will be another one to watch. Owen with 5 goals and an assist. Also, you think about Chase Kedzior. Kedzior at 4 and 2 with 10 points, actually 3 and 4 with 10 points. And then you think about Matthew Schwartz at 4 and 2 for 10 points. But John Beardestat, he'll be the guy in goal tonight to watch. And so far this year, he has given up just 11 goals, 38 saves, and that's a save percentage of .776, and his goal against average is at .079. We'll come back and get this one underway in a few moments right here on RHIT TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to...
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
A good engineer, a good mathematician, a good scientist can identify problems.
But in order to be a great scientist or engineer, you've got to have curiosity and you've got to have creativity, and that's what's going to set you apart.
You can't teach curiosity. You just need to encourage your students to be curious. Curious in anything that they do. Curious so that it brings out the innovations, the new ideas.
Since we're doing things so quickly, a lot of times we know that we need help. So our professors all know us by name.
Basically, everybody knows everybody here.
That one-on-one personal connection you're getting with the faculty, you don't get that a lot of places.
We're not just saying, here, go do this hard project. We are right there with them. We work with them.
The faculty are there for you.
Anxious over algebra? Call Ask Rose, the free science and math homework helpline. It's free world-class tutoring. Just call, chat, email, or screen share. Learn more at AskRose.org. Confused by chemistry? Call Ask Rose, the free science and math homework helpline. It's free world-class tutoring. Just call, chat, email, or screen share. Learn more at AskRose.org.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
We're back here at Rose-Hulman. Let's go to our public address announcer. Currently doing Hanover. Rose-Hulman is next for the starters.
In goal for the Panthers is number 1, Luciano Salemi. And now, let's put the starting lineup for your Rose-Hulman Fugitives. The 5'10" senior from Loveland, Ohio, number 4, Connor Patton. The 5'10" senior from Pendleton, Indiana, number 6, Kai Moore. The 5'8" senior from Martinsville, Indiana, number 7, Caleb Urban. The 5'10" freshman from Wheaton, Illinois, number 12, Trace Kutzer. The 5'10" junior from Plainfield, Indiana, number 14, Salik Ahmad. The 6'1" junior from Avon, Indiana, number 15, Jacob Pohl. The 5'9" junior from North Aurora, Illinois, number 22, Elijah Harderson. The 5'11" sophomore from Rockville, Maryland, number 24, Peter Barger. The 5'11" senior from Fairview Heights, Illinois, number 29, Owen Trude. And the 6-foot freshman from New Rochelle, New York, number 32, Oliver Fila. In goal for Rose-Hulman, the 6'4" junior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 1, John Biederstedt.
There you have the starters for both these clubs here tonight. John Biederstedt, the last one introduced. It's going to be tough to beat him tonight. He is 6'4". A lot of length in goal tonight for Rose-Hulman, so it's going to be a fun one between these two keepers here this evening. Here are the standings going into the final game of the regular season. Manchester currently at 6-0-2. Rose-Hulman at 6-1-1, and we remind you it's the top 6 teams that qualify for the tournament. Hanover 5-2-1, Transy is at 3-3-2, Bluffton 3-4-1, and Defiance is at 2-2-4. Now Franklin right on the outside at 2-4-2. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to get in. Earlham, Anderson, and Mount St. Joe rounding out the standings. So right now Defiance trying to at least maybe move up in that spot where Bluffton is, with Bluffton, Transy, and Defiance now playing 4, 5, and 6 here this evening. Hanover in their traveling blue tonight. Rose-Hulman in their home maroon uniforms. And we're ready to get this one started here this evening. Mention how close this series has been. You look at these two teams. Let's go back even just to last year. You had a home matchup for Rose. It was tied at 1, but Rose won that one in penalty kicks 5-4 during the regular season. At Hanover, of course, that was a playoff game played a year ago in which Rose won it in penalty kicks. As you see, Hanover in possession outside the 18 as they move left to right in their first attempt, stopped easily, and Rose will gain possession and go on the counterattack. Then you go back again last year in the regular season, it was tied, no score. And then in 2021, this game was played at Hanover. It was 1-0 Rose winning that contest. That was their only game of the season. This ball cleared by Rose. And it will have a throw-in now for Hanover College. You go back even 3 years ago, they tied at 2 apiece right here at Rose-Hulman. And then they played twice back in the 2019 season. Both those were at Hanover. Ball inside the 18, cleared back out, and this shot will go high. Good effort there for Hanover. Luan Severino there for Hanover. Go back to 2019, they tied in the first contest at 1 apiece, and then they also had a game in which Hanover won 2-1. So none of their games over the last 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 contests have been any more than a 1-goal victory. So we don't expect anything different tonight. 50-50 ball here and a header. And it looks like we'll have our first foul of the contest. Rose will have a kick from the spot of the foul. Mentioned Luciano Salemi coming in 22 games this year, a goals against average at 1.41, but Bieterstedt, I'll tell you what, he's just been incredible this season. It's a pretty good ball. Will go just to the left and past the end line, and Hanover will take over possession. You just joined us, warm night tonight. In fact, we're probably, I think we started at about 72 degrees, and right now we're at 71. We have overcast skies here this evening, but so far no threat of rain at this point. Panthers on the attack, past midfield. They know they're going to have possession soccer here tonight, especially with Bieterstedt and the way he plays in goal. So they're going to have to play this one very, very well here this evening from a possession standpoint. Near side throw in. Well, Werda will do the duties here. That one will be headed out of play. And an interesting call right here. Looked like it was Hanover who touched it last, but they'll get possession here to Hanover. Rose's defense has been spectacular as well, but boy, you think about the pressure in these two teams here tonight. Try to at least, if you're Rose-Hulman, you get a chance to host. That's going to be really big, but Manchester will have to lose to Bluffton in order to do so. Throw in near side here for the Panthers. Just outside the 18, and the return back to the sideline. It will be kept in play. Nice play. That time by Owen Trout. The ball will be thrown in now by Rose-Hulman, so Fighting Engineers will take possession as we come up on the 41-minute mark here in this first half of play. Ball to midfield. Panthers will center that one and then replay here. Rose trying to disengage the possession right here defensively, but unable to do so. And are able to bring it near side, keep it in play. And then a turnover. Nice play by Harderson there for Rose. Always a feeling of process early as this ball gets inside the 18, then cleared out of play. Jacob Pohl there to knock it away. We'll have our first corner of the night here by Hanover. Looks like the Panthers will play a lot of the players right in front of the mouth of the goal, see if they can get something here. Virtually no wind here tonight, so that's not going to be much of a factor. That was played to the far post. A little bit too far on the kick here, so we'll try it again from the other side. This year, the Panthers coming to this one averaging 1.69 goals per contest, giving up 1.38. That one again played to the far post. So two corners already for Hanover, two that are off the mark. Let's see if Rose can get on the counterattack here. Ball disengaged once again, then repossessed there by Kedzior. Good ball into the attacking third the other way. Rose-Hulman just outside the 18, nothing available, and a return here on the turnover. Here come the Panthers. Panthers have owned possession early. That one knocked out of play. Kai Moore, good hustle there for Rose-Hulman, and we'll have a throw in just in front of our broadcast area. We mentioned when you look at the history of these two teams, and especially over the last 6 years, we talked about this a moment ago, is that ball stolen away. You just have to feel there's not going to be a whole lot of scoring in this one here tonight, despite the conditions being absolutely perfect. As I mentioned, virtually no wind here this evening. That one returned outside the 18 off the right foot of William Witch. Fighting Engineers with a throw in again to the far side. Ball taken away outside the 18. And now the Fighting Engineers will dump it behind, reset. Good spacing on this attack. So many times you see teams end up getting 3 or 4 players within a few feet of each other, and that really doesn't help the attack. But Rose able to get this one in a collision, and we've got a foul call against Hanover. And so a free kick right here from the spot of the foul. Caleb Urban. They will probably call quite a bit tonight. Number 7 there for the Fighting Engineers. The wave will come from the outside to the right. You can see it moving right there. This is a good ball into the 18 and then headed back outside, and Hanover able to stop that one. Ball cleared all the way to midfield and beyond. Have a goal kick right here with the open play now. Another good ball just outside the 18 now as Hanover back on defense once again. That is Urban. The header to the far side. Can he keep it in play? And he does. Excellent play there by Urban. Battle for the ball. That one with the left foot by Urban will be knocked away. We'll have a corner here for Rose-Hulman, and Urban will put it in play. So 2 corners already for Hanover. First corner here today for Rose-Hulman. We had a soccer match the other day where the wind was blowing extremely hard, and it was really a factor. There's the header, and that's going to sail over the goal. And we'll have another one. Rose will bring a couple of players, including Peter Borger from the top of the stack right there, just inside the 18 at the top. Another good ball. This one is headed away and then cleared. Good job there by Dizdar for Hanover. And ball goes out of bounds here on the near side. We'll have a throw-in once again for the Fighting Engineers. Down to the 35-minute mark. So 10 minutes played, nothing decided as of yet in this contest between number 2 and number 3 in the conference. A lot of times you'll find it does come down to the last game of the regular season as they fight for position and seeding in the upcoming tournament. Of course, the winner of the tournament gets an automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. That'll be a foul against Hanover. Rose-Hulman a little slow getting back over to it, so it will be Urban once again, and will come over and get the kick from here. Hanover this year, when you think what they've been able to do offensively, their shots on goal percentage at nearly 51%. So when they get the opportunity on offense, they've been very effective this season. Wave from the right, and the kick to the far side, and that will be back over down to Hanover. A lot of feeling out early on. We always talk about these teams having plenty of opportunity to see film throughout the entire year, so there aren't a whole lot of mysteries going on between these two teams. Again, a lot of these players have been involved in the matchups from year to year over the last couple of seasons, so they kind of know what this rivalry has been all about. Stepping out in a good leg there by Bieterstedt to clear it, but unfortunately for Hanover, ball goes out of bounds. Near side throw in here for the Fighting Engineers. You could hear that time Harderson talk about it. It was his bad. It wasn't a good throw in. A lot of times you see him throw into traffic. Nearly cost him a possession. By the way, we'll be speaking with a couple of the Rose-Hulman volleyball players coming up at halftime. Jillian Gregg and Lily Ebright will be joining us. Talk about where they sit right now for their upcoming tournament. Good job again by the Fighting Engineers, able to clear the far side and go on the counterattack. Excellent defense for the Panthers. Alwarda was there for Hanover. Ball stays in play on the far side. Jose Perez wearing number 43 in the lineup for Hanover. Not in the original starting lineup that we had earlier, but Perez is in. Campos, keep an eye on him, number 47. Campos, one of the top players in the conference. We'll be counting on him heavily here tonight as that ball deep into Rose-Hulman territory. Cleared there, and so good job defensively for the Fighting Engineers to clear that one. And we'll have a throw-in from the far sideline now for the Panthers. Hanover coming off that 3-2 win over Anderson. Campos ended up with 2 goals in that win. They outshot Anderson 23-6 on the day, including 11 shots on goal, and held Anderson to just 2. Panthers, the double team, the takeaway. Good job there for Urban to disengage, able to get that ball away from Hanover. Near turnover there for the Fighting Engineers, but now they're back in offense. See what they do on the counterattack here. Anderson ended up with 12 corners in that game against Hanover. They also finished with 13 fouls on the afternoon. Harderson deep in the corner. Centering ball and stepping out. Luciano Salemi there for Hanover. Mentioned his numbers already this year, 69% save percentage. Not as big of a keeper as what you see on the other side in Beardestedt. Good ball down the right sideline. And a foot race. You see a lot of speed in both these teams. Salik Ahmad down there for Rose. Excellent job. Goal kick now for Beardestedt. Beardestedt out of Indianapolis, of course, a lot of excellent soccer teams out of the city of Indianapolis to deal with. In fact, they are down to their state finals coming up Friday and Saturday. Both the boys and the girls at Carroll Stadium on the campus of IUPUI. Beardestedt had a great kick right there to midfield. Unfortunately, for the Fighting Engineers, unable to keep possession. And then a steal from behind. Panthers have a throw in near midfield. That one sails high in the air, and it's going to actually stay in play. Perez was there for a moment for Hanover. Ball at midfield, played now by Kedzier. Cleared outside the 18, and boy, that one nearly getting away from Salemi. That could have been dangerous. There was a couple of red jerseys right there waiting to get the steal, and perhaps an easy goal for Rose-Hulman. It might be just one little mistake that's going to make the difference in this one here tonight. Counterattack here by Rose, or should say by Hanover. Stopped by Rose at midfield. Kai Moore there defensively. We'll just get it now to Salemi, and he'll return from there. One thing we've seen so far is neither team has had long possessions so far here in this first half. Ball will go out of play, far side, back over again to the Fighting Engineers. C-24 Borger there on the throw-in. Well, I mentioned history kind of tell that these two teams just have not been able to score against one another a whole lot this year. In fact, in recent years as well. Rose-Hulman 3-1-1 in their last 5 games. They beat Bluffton and Franklin by identical 3-0 scores. And when you look at those games, I mean, it was all Rose-Hulman. They outshot both those teams 15-5 and 14-4. Ended up with 8 shots on goal against Franklin in that win, 7 shots on goal against Bluffton, and they're hoping to have that kind of success here tonight. Gonna have a throw in here on the near side for the Panthers. Vino there, unable to keep it in place, so a turnover now for Hanover. Rose will go back on the attack once again. This history in the last several years, 21-8-9. Rose-Hulman leading in the overall series. They've won 2 straight. They had the longest streak of 6 back between 2006 and 2009. And one thing about Rose here at home, they won 11 of the 20 meetings or 21 meetings they have had with 5 ties. So they've dominated this series against Hanover over the years. Oh boy, that one taking a shot right off the face of Perez. He went down. We'll have an official's stoppage of play right here just to make sure he is okay. Once they check him out, I think we'll get back in action. That one just caught him completely off guard. They can't afford to lose him in this type of a contest where everything's on the line here this evening. Think about the seeding in that tournament. Still have a chance, both these teams, to get that #1 seed, and that means you get an opportunity to host as well. Ball middle of the field outside the 18. Shot is going to be a little bit high. Great effort by Kedzior. Seen high shots so far in both ends. We talk about the way that Manchester, I believe we might have the latest polls that have come out. Manchester is actually ranked in the region in the top 10. They are the only team out of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference that is ranked in the top 10, according to the Coaches Soccer Association. Good ball lifted. 50-50 ball available, and it'll be the Fighting Engineers able to come up with it. Wittich, by the way, wearing number 32, not number 31 here this evening, as he was originally scheduled to wear. Ball centered, and that'll go off the netting on the right side. We will have a corner now for the Fighting Engineers. Of course, at halftime, we'll be able to bring you all the official numbers of this first half. Urban will have the corner. Wave will really come from the top as this is a good ball into the 18 and then picked up. Salemi there for Hanover, able to pick that one up. So now the Panthers back the other way. Ball lifted once again into Rose-Hulman territory, back into the attacking third here for the Panthers, and good defense again for Rose, but then take it away. There's Perez once again at midfield. Panthers trying to draw first blood here this evening. Little give and go. Alwerda unable to complete the pass down deep in the corner. There's Perez once again here on the near side, jockeying for position. Andrew Beck able to get the takeaway. We'll recenter it. You can really tell, I mean, the intensity here this evening is certainly one you would expect between two teams, and you know what's on the line here tonight. You keep an eye on that scoreboard as well. That one picked out of the middle of the air by Biederstedt at 6'4", able to step out. I'm trying to think the last time we had a nice night like this late in October, though, for soccer. Our producer said you were here last year. It was kind of cold at some point, yeah. I only bring good weather. Yes, you're welcome. Ball past midfield once again. That's going to be a foul, no doubt about it. Campos got drilled. By the way, Campos wearing a little face mask right there, so he's apparently had an injury at some point over the last couple of weeks. So Perez will have a free kick right here as we're coming up on the 21-minute mark here in the first half. Separation at the 18 by Hanover. Near side once again. Alwerda will place it in, and a good ball nearly headed for a first goal. That was Kumler. Over the way that Biederstedt plays, and again with his length, it's going to take somehow trying to get him out of position for the Panthers to get a goal here tonight. We have a couple of changes. Looks like Miles McMillan will be coming into the lineup for Hanover. Race for the loose ball inside the box and then cleared away for the Panthers. Looks like Ethan Nazer will come in as well for Hanover. And the next opportunity, throw in here on the near side. Ball taken away, Patton losing it deep in the corner. And now the Panthers trying to make their return. And here come the substitutions. Kumler getting a chance to take a break. McMillan, a forward for Hanover. McMillan with a goal and 3 assists this season. For the attack falling short again there for the Panthers. Here come the Fighting Engineers once again. A lot of spin on that ball here on the near side. They're playing on turf here at Rose-Hulman. A lot of soccer players do not like the turf. They'd love to have the natural grass. But it is a much faster game off the turf. Fight for the loose ball. Header there by Silic, Silic and Mott able to get that one back out front, but there is Hanover once again, back on the takeaway. Trying to find an opening here, and it's not been easy to do. There's a long ball, and that's going to be picked up easily by Biederstedt. Yeah, they're going to have to get a lot closer. Anything outside the 18, unless there's some kind of deflection, it'll be really tough to do here against such a good goalie as Beardestead is. Boy, clears that one way past midfield. Here's Campos, and then loses it. Intended there for Savino. Ball will go out of play, and which way are we going to go here? They're going to say it's Hanover, and you can hear the groans here. That ball was actually touched, I believe, last by Savino. But as they say, that's why you play some at home and some on the road. Unfortunately, you're supposed to get those ones at home, right? Thought the Colts would do that too the other day. Yes. Ball past midfield. Here come the Panthers. Well, there would have been a double team right there. That would have been tough for Disner. Ball goes out of play here on the near side. Engineers believe it is their ball for a throw-in, and it will be.
Keep it! Well done.
Good header by Owen Trute. Unfortunately, unable to get it to a teammate, will return it to midfield. I feel like we're just going back and forth here. Not very many established attacks. The midfield defense playing very well on both sides. Here's another turnover for Rose-Hulman. Panthers back on the counter. Line drive kick knocked away again as we go back and forth across midfield, and so far nobody possessing. Let's see another change for Rose-Hulman in their lineup. Ian Powers is set to come in. Good play. Ball is high in the air, but nobody there to receive it. Easy for Salemi. Try to get that ball back in play and send it the other way as quick as they can. Try to beat Rose-Hulman back the other way, but then a ball a little bit too far once again. They'll dump it behind and play from there. A lot of energy being expended by both these teams trying to keep players fresh. Hanover is going to bring a sub in as well. Rose-Hulman's possession probably lasts more than 10 to 15 seconds. So Hanover a little more controlled here. Savino on the near side. Alwerda trying to get rid of it. Turnover both ways. That'll be McMillan. Disner, by the way, playing with a cast on that right hand. No foul there. A lot of contact. Jacob Pohl got away with a little shove against Campos. Another return as Rose unable to get the counterattack going. Here come the Panthers again past midfield. Savino will find McMillan. McMillan looking to his right inside the 18, and that's going to go high. And eventually will go out of play. Hanover will have a corner here. Had a good look. Maybe the angle not the greatest. 32 coming in for Hanover. That'll be Charlie Hubert. And coming in for Rose, and that'll be Ian Powers. That's going to give Connor Patton a chance to get a little bit of a break here. Well, they play it safe on that one. On the corner, that's going to be picked out of the air by Beardestead. Boy, it helps to be 6'4". Hanover, though, went for that corner and just kind of played. They did play it in play, and then was going to try to reverse it here to the near side, but unable to have any success. Ball just outside the 18. Ball is going to be shot and wide. Went to the far post. Caleb Urban getting a good look at it. Unfortunately, a little bit out of the reach of our first goal of the night. So now the Panthers back the other way. Hanover's going to bring some fresh bodies in once again. Take that back. Rose-Hulman's going to bring some fresh bodies in. Jackson Cedar will be one of those. Also coming in, getting some late minutes here in the first half. Matthew Schwartz coming into the lineup. We are very close to the pitch. You can hear a lot of things going on. A lot of times it's just best to be quiet and let you hear some of the actions going on because they are that close. It will be a throw in here for Hanover. Alberta will put it in play. Able to clear that one to midfield. Here come the Fighting Engineers. They're down in numbers, though. Hanover getting two defenders here to the near side. Good ball to the top. And what do we have? It's going to go against a foul call against Rose-Hulman. Excellent ball that time in the centering pass. But unfortunately, a foul call against Rose-Hulman. Panthers back on the counter here, far sideline. Boy, and another takeaway as we continue just to go back and forth, and the ball all the way down in the corner. Hanover able to come up with it. I mentioned possession time has not been very much by either one of these two teams so far. Here come the Fighting Engineers once again. Harderson brings it to the near side. Good defensive play, ball knocked out of bounds. Throw in here for Rose-Hulman. Want to remind you that tonight's game brought to you in part by Officially Human. Thanks to today's officials for their dedication and hard work. Without them, we don't play. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. Sportsmanship is everyone's job. Back the other way we go. Here at Campos at midfield. Perez will dump it now to the left side and bring it back to the middle. We have made it under 10 minutes, and everything that we had talked about in the pregame really falling into place right here. We are just really struggling finding any real serious shots on goal so far. Who will strike first? Campos goes down. Foul call. Kai Moore will be guilty of the foul there. Panthers will make another change. As we're under 9 minutes remaining here in the first half. Campos. Move the wall back, only a two-man wall there for Rose-Hulman. The wave will come from the left. We'll see where Campos will place this ball. Has a lot of good spin on it. How about the keeper, Biederstedt, coming in and then makes the reaching save on that one. How did he get back in position? That was an excellent play by Biederstedt right there. Not only did he make the play off the kick and then able to come right back, as we will have a corner again for Hanover. Campos will put it in play. Take another look at this. Watch him step out on this free kick out front. We mentioned the wave coming from the left. Now watch how he steps out, makes the play there, gets back in position right there on the shot. Good ball, and there he is again. Another shot. This will be wide. They went post left for Hanover. Unfortunately for the Panthers, unable to draw on that one. But how about Biederstedt already making those great plays here in this first half? He may have single-handedly, though there were several other players there, he may have single-handedly done it himself on those possessions. Takeaway at midfield. That's McMillan. Panthers doing a nice job getting the steal again and back on offense. Ball taken away as they don't keep possession again very long. And that'll be kicked out of bounds coming our way here. Hey, we want to remind you, tonight's game brought to you in part by Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe. If you're looking for a great food, and whether it be breakfast or lunch, make sure you check out Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe. They specialize in baked goods as well, and they have daily specials open Wednesday through Sunday, 8 to 2. Tam's Sweet and Savory Cafe, located at 6427 Oaklandon Road in Indianapolis. Coming up on 6 minutes, still scoreless here in this first half. Panthers have been putting a little more pressure on that Rose-Hulman defense over the last 2 to 3 possessions. Biederstedt, everybody pretty much moves back to midfield and beyond because of the leg he has. He might be a good kicker for the football team. Ball returned both ways. 50-50 ball for the moment. Picked up there by Hanover. Nice takeaway. Can Rose go on the attack here? They've been stymied over the last 2 to 3 possessions and have to dump it behind. Not a whole lot of time remaining here for either team to get something going on offense. Now the Fighting Engineers working to the far side. Try to get that defense to shift from right to left. Ball taken away once again. Oshner there, Xander Oshner for Hanover. Foul called again for Rose-Hulman, so it'll be Panthers on the possession here with 4:43 to go. They have gone, we've had one stoppage of play for a very brief injury timeout. Other than that, they've been going now, coming up on 41 minutes. I mentioned at halftime, we'll run down the first half stats for you. We'll have a couple of special guests. Breakaway the other way. Fighting Engineers, first opportunity. That's going to be hit off the left foot. It goes high. Great breakaway. Jackson Cedar was there, unable to get a good angle on it. Lifted it too high on the shot. And so we have a goal kick here. He'll just give it up, and we'll move the other way. Salima. You see the Panthers playing a little more conservative takeaway. In the attacking third, here come the Fighting Engineers once again, but take it away. Good defense again for the Panthers. And that that ball will go out of play, and they will say it is off of Rose-Hulman. For us, we can see the fans on the other side not liking that call. They thought that was again off of a Panther player. We will see Perez on the kick from, in fact, they're going to say it was actually a foul call, so it'll be a free kick right here for Perez. Thought that ball had gone out of bounds on the far side, but the fans were kind of giving us an indication that it had gone out of play. Panthers will play it safe. Well, that ball deflected. Urban got a piece of it just enough to deflect that one to the far side. Nice move to the end line. And that shot will go to the side of the netting. And we'll have a corner once again for Perez and Hanover. Won't be a whole lot of time left here for Rose to get something going the other way. Jose Perez on the year has a couple of goals to his credit. Well, that ball sailed on him this time, went far post. And so now we'll basically go to the other side and try another one. If Rose is able to get possession here quickly, they'll have about 1:45 from this point to try to get on the counter and head the other way for a potential leading goal. But right now, Hanover has different thoughts right here. The corner is a line drive. Not a very good corner. Lead ball, McMillan able to intercept at midfield and then dump it behind. Hanover's objective here is to get it out of their own territory. Good double team here on the near side. Ball clear to midfield. Still an opportunity here for the Fighting Engineers. We'll give Hanover credit. Their defense has been all over this pitch.
1 minute remaining.
In the first half, you hear the 1 minute warning right there. And here come the Panthers once again. Unless Rose can get a steal here and a return on the counter, it's going to be really tough for them to get in position with only 40 seconds remaining. Contact near the touchline. Ball will be put into play. No foul call there. Here come the Fighting Engineers. Good tackle there. That ball knocked out of play. That'll waste some more time here for the Panthers to get back in their defensive position that they need to play for the final 20. Ball knocked out of bounds once again.
Ten, 9,
not a whole lot of time on the throw in here. It'll get into the 18, headed outside the box.
3,
and
2,
Hanover just clears it to the near side, and that's going to do it. History has shown us, again, over the last 6 years, that scoring goals between these two teams is not going to be a very easy thing to do. We end up 0 in the first half. We'll have those first half statistics coming up in just a few moments as well, and give you an idea where we stand going into the second half. Want to remind you tonight's matchup being brought to you in part by Wheeler Mission. Move your feet so others can eat. Be a part of the Drumstick Dash on November 23rd beginning at 9 a.m. You can either run or walk. For more information or to sign up, go to drumstickdash.org. We will come back and hopefully we'll have our guests at halftime stats as well. It's all coming up right here on RHIT TV. We are back here at Rose-Hulman. We're going to talk some Fighting Engineers volleyball. Their season down to about 3 matches now, so a lot can happen between now and the end of the regular season. Lily Ebright is with us, and you're a sophomore, right?
Yes.
Tell us about how things are going for you this year and overall for the team in general.
So this year is a lot busier academically, so it's been a little more stressful, but it's been fun having most of the team back, only graduating 2 seniors last year.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun people to hang out with.
Yeah. Okay. You talk about the balance between being a student athlete and being a student. That's not an easy thing to do, and I know you're in your second year, but that's got to be pretty difficult at Rose-Hulman.
Yes, and freshman fall quarter, they kind of ease you in, so you're not taking as many classes. So sophomore year, being in season, kind of hits you a little harder.
Yeah,
you're not quite sure how much time you're going to have.
So what are you studying?
I'm studying chemical engineering.
Chemical engineering, very good. Out of Wichita, Kansas.
Yes.
I mentioned to you a little bit ago, I almost moved there several years ago. Love the town. Beautiful place to be. What got you to Rose-Hulman?
So I know I wanted to study engineering. I also wanted to continue playing volleyball, so that limits a lot of my decisions.
Yeah.
Coach Delsey actually reached out to me over a recruiting network and was like, hey, I saw your video. Would you like to come to camp? I came to camp, came to campus, and it was just beautiful, and I loved it here.
Yeah, especially this time of year, huh?
Yes.
You get all the colors. Talk a little bit about the team. Where are you guys set right now, and what do you need to do to kind of move up a little bit? And again, you said most teams are playing tonight.
Yes.
So you kind of do a little scoreboard watching tonight, but what do you have to do to move up?
Really, we just need to win out. We have 3 more games left. Saturday will be a tough one, but we're at home, so it's nice. We have a pretty good home record right now.
Yeah.
So as a team, we just need to be sure we're staying focused throughout the game. Sometimes it can be easy to dip up and down, but if we stay playing at our level of volleyball, we're going to be just fine.
And right now you're number 6.
Yes.
Top 6 teams make it. Ideally, where can you be depending on what happens with the other 5?
I believe ideally we get to a 3 or 4 in host. I think if we win out, we'll be 4 in host, which would be a nice first round.
Pretty tough conference. I'm very familiar with over the years. I lived in Richmond for several years and know what their volleyball program is all about. It can be brutal night in and night out.
Yes. I'm excited for our 2 top teams getting, our conference on the board nationally, both teams ranked.
Yeah.
So it's exciting getting to play them.
Yeah. Okay, who do you play next then?
Next we play Hanover.
Okay, you got Hanover, and then after that?
And then we go to Earlham, and then we finish at home with Bluffton.
Okay, so it won't be easy. Those 3, especially going to Earlham, will be tough. I know they're tough at home and everything. So, well, listen, good luck the rest of the way. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Do you have any advice for the men's soccer team tonight? Or?
Just keep playing hard.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it?
Yes.
Hey, nice meeting you. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate
you.
it very much. We'll come back, talk to another member of the Rose-Hulman volleyball team coming up in a moment right here on RHIT TV.
Every person has a story waiting to be told. Mr. Jack comes in every Monday.
Yeah, that's right.
One day I noticed his hat said he was a Korean War veteran. I asked him if he'd ever been to the Korean War Memorial.
No, I never had a chance to go.
That was the day I knew we had to do whatever it took to get him there.
Manny made it happen. I got to go to Washington, D.C. to all the memorials. The World War II Memorial, Naval Memorial, Korean War Memorial. Took all kind of pictures and everything, and it was a good trip, too.
I'm glad that I could be a part of Mr. Jack's story.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN. We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Jillian Gregg is with us, another member of the volleyball team for Rose-Hulman. Great to have you with us here tonight. Boy, beautiful night. I know, as we heard a little bit ago, you have 3 games remaining. You have quite a resume here, but I want to talk about academics first. Biomedical engineering. Tell us what that means.
So I want to go into tissue engineering and biomaterials. So just combining the engineering aspect with more of the biology and medical side.
Okay. Now, what does that mean, though? What will that lead to?
So biomaterials, I can go into prostheses and implants and different devices like that. And then tissue engineering, looking at potentially like growing tissue and other things like that.
Interesting. Very well. I would imagine you got to be pretty smart to do that, right? I mean, I see here you're a all HCAC academic selection last year.
Yes.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, that's tough. I tried to share the joke about my 1.0, but it probably didn't go over very well each and every year. Team-wise, where do you anticipate these last 3 games that you're going to have to do to make sure, number one, you stay at least number 6 and then move up the ladder?
So this season we've definitely been putting an emphasis on defining what Rose-Hulman volleyball means to us and how we are going to go out there and play Rose-Hulman volleyball. So I think just trusting our training and continuing to really pour into each other and play Rose-Hulman volleyball and not let the people on the other side of the net define what we do.
Yeah, and sometimes in sports it's tough because you got to keep that focus and concentration for, I mean, a lot of games throughout the year. How many, I think what you end up with 30 plus at least. That's tough to do sometimes. You get this point in the year.
Yes, yes.
So focus is going to be big now coming up these next 3 games. Scout these next 3 games for me and tell me a little bit about the teams you're playing and what you're going to have to do against each and every one of them.
So we play Hanover on Saturday. I think just really continuing to keep up the communication and that focus and pouring into each other will really help us in these next 3 matches.
Have you already played all 3 of them earlier this year?
No, we have not.
Okay, so it's only one time around then
yes.
in the HCAC.
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's going to be difficult, I'm sure, but do you feel any added pressure knowing you're down to the last 3? And is there anybody behind you right now in the standings that's looking to catch you guys as well?
I'm not sure. The HCAC, as you know, is pretty competitive, and like we saw last season, it came down to the wire on placings and everything like that. So I think just continuing to play hard and focus will really help us.
It usually does come down to the last 2 to 3 matches to determine, so you really got to be on your game at this point in the year. For you personally, how do you feel you're playing this year?
So as a junior coming in, we've been going back and forth between a 6-2 and 5-1, so just being able to play in whatever role I'm given is a big focus for me this year, and just stepping up with the communication and leadership at this point.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about Rose-Hulman from a standpoint. What do you like most about it? I mean, a beautiful campus, and of course your education is really big, and being an engineer that you're going to be. What brought you here?
So I'm pretty local. I'm about 45 minutes from here. So just being close to home and the tight-knit community that Rose-Hulman provides is really nice. And shout out to the biomedical engineering department for just being awesome. And our professors and faculty and staff are great here at Rose-Hulman.
I bet it is. And again, I love it here. I mean, you just talk about, again, the facilities and all of the other things you have here. It's got to be a lot of fun to be a part of this entire campus.
Yes.
Well, thanks for stopping by. Good luck the
you.
rest of the way. We'll keep it on the scoreboard, okay?
Thank you for having me.
All right, Jillian Gregg joining us here at halftime. Our halftime score, we don't have one yet. We'll have those first half stats for you coming up in a few moments right here on RHIT TV.
Myers, Vice President of IndianaSRN. Thanks for joining us. Do you know IndianaSRN broadcasts 350 games a year? All sorts of sports? Yeah, we do. Hard to believe, isn't it? IndianaSRN loves to put student athletes first on our website. If you're a business out there, we probably could help you too. Contact us at coach@indianasrn.org. Grandma from out of state thanks you. Mom and Dad who can't get to the game thanks you as well. In fact, our athletes watch the games over and over again. Our military has enjoyed the games as well. So sit back and enjoy the game. It's IndianaSRN.
Back here at Rose-Hulman on a night where the temperature has stayed right at around 70, which is an ideal night tonight. We mentioned there is no wind affecting this match here tonight at all. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Boilermaker Local 374. They can offer you a career as an iron shipbuilder, blacksmith, or general helper. For more information, contact the International Brotherhood of Boilermakers at 219-845-1065. First half numbers. Shots in that first half. The Panthers had 8, Fighting Engineers with 7. Corners, Panthers had 6, Fighting Engineers finished with 3. There were 5 saves in that first half for Rose-Hulman, 3 by the Panthers. And the Fighting Engineers had 5 fouls. The Panthers finishing with 3 in the first half. Leaders, it was Xander Oshner leading the way, 2 shots in that first half. Andrew Beck had 2 for Hanover, and Patricio Campos had 2 shots in that first and a shot on goal. By the way, Oshner had 2 shots on goal. Beck also with 2 shots on goal. On the other side, Urban, Kedzier, along with Pohl, Harderson, and Borger, along with Fila, all had a shot in the first half, and Jackson Ceda also had 1. Nobody had more than 1 shot on goal, and that was Pohl and Harderson, so only 2 shots on goal for Rose-Hulman. We'll take our final timeout. Second half action coming up in a moment right here on RHIT TV.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
So I stopped in at Chick-fil-A for lunch and saw Officer Wilson come in. I decided to place a dine-in mobile order and have a cookie delivered to him just to show appreciation for his service for our community.
A few minutes later, I noticed that Officer Wilson had gotten up and left, and I knew he hadn't gotten his cookie yet.
And I'm headed to my car. I turn around and I see Allie, and she's running after me.
Mr. Police Officer, Mr. Police Officer.
Usually when someone yells officer, officer, they want to ask me about a ticket they got. I absolutely wanted the cookie. This cookie is delicious.
And we welcome you back again to Rose-Hulman. We will now switch sides. Hanover will attack right to left and vice versa for the Fighting Engineers. We're ready to go. Well, I guess we should not have expected anything different when we mentioned the history, especially since 2017. You can count on one hand the amount of goals we have had between these two teams during that time, and many of those games were in tournament play as well. So these two teams have been just evenly matched when it comes head-to-head play over the last several years. Who's going to crack first? And I really thought, when you think about Hanover, I thought that they played very well in that first half, able to go on the attack many, many times. Maybe more than we anticipated, especially when you consider the way that this Rose-Hulman team defends and has defended this year. And of course, when you think about the goalkeeper Biederstedt and the way he can play, and you can see already Hanover's going to come over and they're going to pressure that offense. Outside the 18, and Perez able to get rid of that one. He took a shot to the mouth, but was also able to return once again after he got hit in the face in the first half. So he's kind of taken a little bit of a beating at times here tonight. Ball will eventually go out of play, and so we'll have a throw-in on the far side. Only two shots on goal so far for Rose-Hulman here in this final night of the regular season. You heard again the volleyball players talking about they're down to their final 3 games of the regular season. I have a goal kick right here for Biederstedt. We mentioned, well, they're going to actually take that back. We're on the other side with Salemi. Salemi doesn't do very many goal kicks. He will give it to Perez, who will send this ball just outside the 18. Panthers Shot will roll right into the awaiting arms of Biederstedt. That was Clayton Anderson. Anderson played all 45 minutes in that first half. I mentioned it earlier, though, if you're going to beat Biederstedt, you're probably going to have to get inside the 18. Anything outside, there's a collision, should be a foul right there, and it is on Hanover, and an injured player down now for Rose-Hulman. See if we can pick up who the injured player is. Doesn't look like it's going to be too serious on that collision. Looks like that's going to be number 22 there for the Fine Engineers, which is Elijah Harderson. Tell you what, Hanover subbed a lot more. They ended up bringing 5 players off the bench in that first half. Rose-Hulman brought only 3. All of them played 14 minutes or less, so the starters really put in the minutes for the Fine Engineers in that first half. Ball will go out of play, and we'll have a corner. First corner of the second half. Mentioned the corners in the first half. 6 by the Panthers. Fighting Engineers with 3. So this will be number 4. Line drive kick on that one. It'll go back out of play. We'll have another attempt here by Caleb Urban. Urban a little bit out of our view here on the near sideline. Urban, another line drive kick. It's going to be deflected outside the 18. 50-50 ball available here. Who's going to pick it up? It will be Rose-Hulman. Boy, it's amazing just how little time of possession we have seen tonight for both these teams. Ball will go out of the possession once again of Rose-Hulman. Picked up there by Salemi, and he'll put it back in play. This is Perez. Imagine we look back at this, we're going to think about a full possession by either team has probably lasted at the most maybe 15 to 20 seconds. That has been it. It's been hard to establish any attack either way. Fine Engineers able to get the intercept here. See if they can disengage. Speaking of Hanover, disengage the possession. That's going to go all the way past midfield and cleared away. Good job by Andrew Beck. The Engineers will pick it up once again at midfield. Trying to get that first goal on the board here tonight. Battle of number 2 and number 3. Campos has been pretty much held in check here tonight. In fact, both teams have had their leading scores really held in check both ways. Just haven't seen that many again when you think about getting a close look. It just hasn't happened for either one of these two teams. Now here come the Panthers. Lead pass knocked away. It was intended for Clayton Anderson here on the left side, but it came up a little bit short. Looks like we have a handball here, so to go back over to Hanover. And so we'll have a free kick from the spot of the foul. Here is Perez. The majority of the wave will come from the right, so he'll want to curve this ball from right to left. Placement of this ball is going to be big. You see a lot of jockeying of position. Into the 18, and there is your keeper again, Biederstedt. At 6'4", able to come out and just pick that one off. We have seen him play extremely well here tonight. Urban High in the air, right side. Just outside the box. Urban trying to advance that one as well as we have that one ping-pong around, and Urban clears it to the far side. Looking for his teammate, Ian Powers, who's getting the start here in the second half. So we'll have a goal kick right here. After the turnover by Rose-Hulman, we'll go back the other way. Hanover's played it safe here. They've allowed Perez to bring that one outside the box and set up the offense from there as they'll work it to the far side on the counter. Little triangle game and a give and go on the far sideline, and another misplay there by the Panthers. Either team has really shown an edge in this one. I mean, it's just been one of those matchups where it's kind of like walking in mud sometimes. You just can't get anything going. You're hoping for maybe one mistake made by the opposing team where you can get just a glimmer of light. But so far, that's just not been the case. Ball centered. 18 away, and just to the right. It was intended near that right post, and it was just a little bit off the mark. That's maybe the first look we have seen in a while. Matthew Schwartz, his first shot and goal attempt here tonight. In fact, his first shot of the entire night. Well, maybe that'll give the Fighting Engineers a little bit of hope here as far as getting that offense rolling. You have Schwartz at the top trying to force the action. Urban, did he get a takeaway? Yes. Schwartz back to Urban on a little give and go, and then taken away one more time. Oshner midfield. Unable to clear it past midfield. Back to Perez, and once again, Hanover will set it behind. Ethan Nazer getting the start in the second half as well for Hanover. Now they clear it into the attacking third. Here's a back kick intended there by Campos. That is Campos writing it down deep in the corner. He will draw a crowd anytime he is near the ball. Ball centered outside the 18, and trying to control it now for Hanover will be Kumler. There's that defense again for the Fighting Engineers, able to get the takeaway. Didn't last long. Schwartz unable to keep possession, and a whistle. And it'll be a foul against Rose-Hulman. Panthers back on the attack near side, Anderson. Panthers trying to reverse field and get that defense late in shifting over. Ball centered. Left side of the 18, and we have a whistle, and that'll go against Hanover, so we'll head the other way. Coming up on 10 minutes played here in the second half. All indications are an overtime is coming. Maybe two. What time do you have to get up in the morning? I won't mention that again, producer. I'm not gonna jinx us here. Ball goes out of play. It will be a throw in here on the near side for the Fighting Engineers. Peter Borger will put it in play. Urban tapping it right side. Ball centered and had a player there. No overtime in regulation? Oh, come on. What? We're just going to tie? Yep. I thought we'd have an overtime. Ball gets loose. Cleared away at the top. You know, I won't tell you what they say about ties. I'll keep that to myself. So either way, then we're not, if we don't score, we're just going to pack it in and go home. That's right. I want to thank the staff here at Rose-Hulman, doing an excellent job as always. Ball cleared all the way to the opposite end. We had an opportunity to work with them during the HCAC baseball tournament in Kokomo, and they put in a lot of long hours. That's about 4 days worth. They did an excellent job as always. They don't get paid enough, I don't think, the sports information directors. And should pay teachers more and sports information directors more. And broadcasters, of course. Panthers reset it at midfield. That ball gets loose, and easy pickup there for Biederstedt. Biederstedt has proven he's got a heck of a leg as he'll send this one way past midfield. We got 3 headers in a row here, and Hanover able to come back with it. Well, once again out of play on the far side. Hanover the throw-in. Going to move him back a few feet. In fact, back past midfield. And here the coaches on both sides were that close to both benches. Another throw in here for the Panthers. Another foul call here. That'll go against Hanover, so we'll see the Fine Engineers back on offense. Miles McMillan is set to come in. Got some important minutes in the first half. He'll be back in for the Panthers here in a few moments. Well, that one sailed all the way into the past the 18, and we've got a foul call the other way against Rose-Hulman, and a player is down for the Panthers. That'll be number 22, Savino, who went down. There was a heck of a collision there. We've got a yellow card that'll come out against Jackson Sita. First yellow of the day. Perez behind here as we see the Panthers back on the attack. The theme of this one so far tonight is, again, possessions have been very short for both these teams. Number 2 and number 3 hoping to perhaps move to that number 1 spot, as we mentioned, with Manchester playing Bluffton. Wait the outcome of that one, but boy, one of these two teams here would love to get a win. Official stopping play right here. He will head to the other side and check with the official to the far side of the field. And we're going to stay right here, so we'll go back over to Rose-Hulman. Mentioned McMillan, you see number 40 checking in now for the Panthers. Coughlin Kumler will come out. Eight different players for Rose-Hulman played 45 minutes in that first half. We mentioned only 3 players were subs in that first half. So Rose-Hulman's pretty much gone with their starters. Big time minutes here tonight trying to pick up this win. Rose-Hulman this year at home 6-1-1. So they've only been beaten one time. Goal kick again here for the Panthers as we have gone under the 30-minute mark. First half took, by the way, less than an hour. It was a very quick first half time-wise. Very few stoppages of play. These teams have been up and down this pitch all night long, and this will sail to the near side and go out of play. Urban tried to make that return. Have you hear some of the natural sound of this one once they get to our near sideline. Hanover wasting no time on the throw-in. McMillan, nothing there. Wisely dumps it behind, and they'll reset it to midfield. Will they try to reverse it or bring it back? A lot of times you get that defense to overshift a little bit. You can find an opening. Ball into the 18, and once again, there's Biederstedt. The Panthers have not had a good look yet here in the second half of play. We saw Rose-Hulman get one look as Urban here on the near side goes out of play, and they'll see Urban is the last to touch it, so a throw in here for Hanover. Miss here on the near side is so Hanover able to get it back. It was great effort by Jackson Sita. Well, you can see a little bit of the frustration right there by Patricio Campos. He thought he was going to maybe have an opportunity up that near sideline. Ball loose at midfield again. Here come the Panthers, able to possess. Savino wisely brings it back after that double team was coming his way as McMillan getting into the middle. Near side, opportunity here. Ball centered, and the shot goes high. Whoa, that was really close. Omar Dizdar is there, and that was a great pass. Take another look at it. Real close. As close as Hanover's been here in the first half. Owen Trute is in now for Rose-Hulman. Trute, one of the forwards on this team, got some big minutes in that first half. Didn't play the entire first half, but got 33 in. Panthers send that ball once again past midfield. Handball there by Rose-Hulman. Last to touch it was Salik Ahmad. Well, you really feel the intensity between these two teams. It's just like, who's going to make that mistake that's going to cost you perhaps an opportunity to score or get scored upon. Here's Urban. Urban, will he get a look? Inside the 18, takes a push and got taken down right there. Urban got a step on the defender for just a moment. Clayton Anderson will have a corner on this one. Here are the Hanover coaches right in front of us, trying to position their defense off this corner. Now, Urban has not had a great day in the corners yet. Can use one right here. That one headed, but back outside the 18. Take away midfield. Dizdar looking for his teammate to the left and overshot him. Campos was trailing it. Ball loose, picked up. Campos inside the 18. Can he get a look? Centering pass knocked down. Great defense once again. This shot will go high and wide. Oshner there, but unfortunately sailed on him one more time. Well, you got to go back to Campos looking for the pass to his left on that breakaway past midfield, and unfortunately nobody was there to get it. Rose did a nice job getting the defense back. Good ball past midfield. Urban, the reverse header. Got just a piece of it. It was intended there for Trout. And again, another turnover here for Rose-Hulman. Campos deflecting that one. Paul will send it high in the air outside the 18. Here's Urban. Urban, the centering ball. Well, that was a nice reverse kick there by Andrew Beck, able to get rid of that one. Fight Engineers still in scoring opportunity right here. Left of the box. This one sails high in the air and goes over the goal and out of play. And an opportunity missed there perhaps for Rose-Hulman. But generally in a case like this, if you're down 1-0, that clock goes really fast. If you're up 1-0, the clock goes really slow. But right now we're still 0 in this second half. Boy, how about your keeper again? Bearderstad has just been the difference in a lot of ways here tonight. Very smart player. We talk about his size and his ability to flip the field as well. When you look at a kick like that sails almost to the other 18. 50-50 ball taken down now by the Fighting Engineers. Hardison will clear that one. The advantage to getting the tie is, you probably would guess at this one, is that Rose would get the points, so would Hanover. But unfortunately for Hanover, they're in third place. Rose is in second place. But then Rose wants to host the tournament, or at least host the first round. And they'll have to keep an eye on what is happening with Manchester. Line drive kick by Bearderstad. That time not his best kick of the night. Savino trying to run that one down, goes out of play, back over again to the Fighting Engineers. Hey, I want to remind you the Morales Group is building better futures one store at a time. They have locations in Indianapolis, Zionsville, Anderson, Columbus, and Lafayette. For more information, give them a call at 317-472-7600. Campos sliding to the turf, trying to get a hold of that one. Here's Urban. Urban, nice ball to the middle, ball kicked high in the air. 50-50 ball available here. Urban, one of those there. That was a pretty good ball by Urban. Here's another centering, the header attempt, and goes to the far side. Trout was there potentially to get a good look on the header, but unfortunately went over his head. We'll have a corner now here for Rose. Or is it going to be a throw-in? It's actually going to be a throw-in, not a corner here for the Fine Engineers. Ball cleared out front, all the way to midfield circle. And then errantly kicked there, so Hanover able to come back with a possession now on the counter. Let's see what they can do with it. Urban trying to get the steal. That would have been big. Ball played near side. Good look at Borger. And a throw in now for Borger. Borger tried to cheat it up about 10, 15 yards, and they're going to bring it back. We'll have actually a kick here. Free kick by Jacob Pohl. Off that foul by Hanover. Get that defense to shift. Now see what the Fighting Engineers can do here. 20 minutes remaining. Boy, another pass stolen away. McMillan the lead. Good look there at Campos. Campos goes down. Foul called against Rose-Hulman. I think they got Ian Powers on the foul. So it will be Hanover with the possession. My agent was calling me, by the way. Yeah. Agents just don't know how to leave you alone. Good look here at Campos. Campos down again on the collision. No foul called there. Rose-Hulman will be making a change in their lineup. Next opportunity. Boy, I tell you what, miscommunication between Urban and Borger. Borger thought that his teammate, Urban, was going to head down the right sideline. He led the pass there, and nobody was home. Connor Patton, number 4, is set to come in the lineup here as soon as they can get him in for Rose-Hulman. Again, they have not substituted a whole lot. And that's going to go against the Fighting Engineers. Maybe a handball right there. So this could be big right here for the Panthers. That will stop the clock at 18:10. See how they're going to play this right here. You see the Fine Engineers kind of setting up that wall a little bit. Discussion there at the circle at the top of the 18. What are they going to do here? They'll try to deceive them as much as they can. Who's going to actually take this kick? We are anticipating something happening. There's Campos, had a great curve on it, and the nice save again. I'll tell you what, Beardestead has just been phenomenal here tonight. We'll have a corner on this one, but take another look at this one. Absolutely amazing. So Panthers with a corner. Far post, and it goes way long, even if Campos could have gotten to it. And you hear the crowd for Rose-Hulman excited about that one. Ian Powers will get a chance to take a break. Mentioned that Connor Patton into the lineup for the first time tonight. Nope, I can take that back. He had been in the lineup in the first half. Got the start. First look in the second half. Ball goes out of play. Borger the last to touch it. Back over to Hanover. Throw in from midfield. Campos here on the near side. Ball cleared once again by Moore. Patton, who we just mentioned, back in the lineup, able to get that one away. And a throw in quickly here for the Panthers. McMillan, Campos, midfield. Ball struck hard, but just to the right. Not a bad look that time for the Panthers. They've had 2 looks here, and of course you had that great save moments ago by Beardestedt. Beardestedt has played phenomenal soccer here tonight. His reaction time not only goes with his length, just tough to score on. Urban went down, and he might have hurt himself. In fact, he might have a cramp right there. Yeah, he has a cramp for sure. That'll give both teams a chance to grab some water here at 15:54 remaining in the first half. I want to remind you, tonight's game brought to you in part by Piper Logistics. Piper Logistics specializes in everything from warehousing to transportation and everything in between. 3 services, 1 solution. We do it all. For further information, give them a call at 317-396-1023. I think I can tell you about, you get a cramp in that calf area, even though you may be able to stretch it out, it can still hurt you, believe me, for the rest of the contest. So they're hoping Urban's going to be okay. We're probably going to have to bring him out of the lineup despite giving him some water right here, because I don't think they're going to get that cramp out. You can kind of see it from where we are. You can't see it at home, but you can see it in his left calf. And I don't need to tell you, he's a hurting unit right now. I was watching Urban earlier. Not a really big young man, but his legs are strong. He got some muscular legs. And looks like Larry Zonka thighs right there. For those of you who don't know Larry Zonka, he was a fullback for the Dolphins many, many years ago. A big thigh. How about Earl Campbell? Finally, we'll bring the trainer out here as we have a longer delay. He's going to stretch that calf a little bit more. Here, let's rub in some dirt in it here. And Urban is hurting. They may have to bring him out because I don't think there's any way he's going to be able to come in. We'll take a timeout, see if Urban will. Well, actually, Urban's now getting up. But he's not coming back in. Not right now. Yeah, you can see that that left calf muscle is not going to help him at all. That's a big loss for your offense right here. Big loss in general for Rose-Hulman. Perez, the header intended there for Campos. Ball sent high in the air by Ahmad. There's Campos once again knocking it out of play. So here's where we stand right now. 15.5 minutes to go. The number 1 team, Manchester, wouldn't mind it a bit if you ended this one in a tie. They're going to look to win tonight against Bluffton. If they do, they get the number 1 seed in the upcoming tournament. Top 6 teams will make it. Fine Engineers clear it to the far side, past midfield. Matthew Schwartz unable to keep it in possession, so back over to the Panthers. Question is, we'll keep an eye and see if Urban will come back in. Again, he left it about 15 and a half minutes. That'll be big if he cannot come back into the lineup. Lose a huge offensive weapon and a guy who's just all over the place. And an excellent play at midfield. We will see a couple of subs, but neither one of those will be Urban. Chase Kedzior will come back in, and we'll also see Tyler Eldridge. So Eldridge getting a chance to get some minutes. Will the subs come in now? They will get in now. Schwartz will take a seat right here. Panthers able to, at least for the moment, get possession. Cole able to clear that one. Near sideline, last touched. Hanover thought it was touched. The official now making the call. It ended up being a late call. I didn't see the official down the sideline raise his flag. And Hanover certainly would have had a beef right there, right in front of us. That is Patricio Campos going down. And we'll have a throw in the other way. Borger will put it in play. Header intended to the inside for Connor Patton, but nobody there once again. So we have been informed again, no overtime for regular season games. Only in tournament play. I always thought that what they should do in soccer is that you have to eliminate a body every time. Every minute somebody's got to go out. Pretty soon you just got goalie against goalie. You better hope you have a faster goalie, right? It's just a thought. The purists don't like it, but I thought it was kind of good. Another turnover there for Rose-Hulman. You get to hang around me long enough. I got some changes for the other sports too, by the way. Well, yeah, the shot clock's coming. I guarantee that. Maybe not in the next year or so, but I think it's going to happen. High school basketball. Boy, another turnover there for Rose-Hulman. Campos almost had it, streaking toward the sideline, but then repossessed here by Rose-Hulman. Can they get in position? Ball tipped away again. They just have not had success tonight. As this ball intended. Dizdar here on the near side, unable to run that one down as it goes out of bounds. And we'll have a throw-in again for Rose. You can hear the coaching staff there for Rose-Hulman talking about you need a challenge here, and they're going to have to. Always talk about getting to that 10-minute mark. There just aren't a whole lot of possessions in a matchup like this. Hanover above the 18. Can he get a look here? That's McMillan. McMillan pushing, and he's wide to the left. Really didn't have a great angle there, plus he had a defender all over him. Carter Marks back in. He's put in 26 minutes in the first half. Austin Halwerda will come out of the lineup. Each team has just tried to find maybe a new combination here in the last few minutes. Whistle foul call against Hanover. I'll recap once again. When you think about the series, they went into the tournament last year, and Rose won it on penalty kicks 5-4. Free kick here just inside the circle as you see Ian Powers. Ian with that left foot line drive kick, returned back past midfield. That's a great return. Oshner able to get a leg on that one. But you go back to last year, it was the regular season, no score. 1-1 in the playoff. 2021, it was a Rose-Hulman win, 1-0. They were tied at 2 back in 2020. They played twice back in 2019. And a total of that one is going to be knocked away at the last moment. So I'm able to get maybe just a piece of that one. Rose trying to put a little more pressure on right here. Well, that 2-2 contest they had back in 2020 is a rarity. When you think about the way these two teams have played each other defensively, and the goalkeeping's been superb as well. Well, Hanover. Ball comes on the field. We had one too many there for a moment, so Hanover on the attack right here. I think they should. That'd be fun. Play with two of them. That's another rule I'll change when I become emperor. Lead pass intended for Dizdar downfield, and now an opportunity right here in the box. Nice centering ball. Can it be knocked down? Just to the 18, and no, there for Hanover. Boy, really close. Charlie Hubert set to come back in. 7:20 remaining. Long kick is going to be high. See another sub coming in for Hanover. Alwerta will come back in. Got to go back to that Tyler Eldridge attempt moments ago. That's the first one that Rose has had in a while. Boy, and the way this is going right now with only 6:30 to go, there's just not a whole lot left here possession-wise, and I'm talking about full possessions. Can anybody get something here in the final 6 minutes? Ball just outside the 18. There is Campos. Campos trying to hit his teammate inside the 18, but unfortunately was off the mark. Dizdar was maybe a step or two inside the 18 line, but unfortunately the pass off the mark. And here the Hanover coaches saying you got to play a little forward here, got to come up, got to put a little more pressure back against Rose-Hulman's defense. Engineers inside the box. Ball rolls past Ian Powers all the way to the corner, and a missed opportunity there for the Fighting Engineers. They're able to get the intercept right here. A little give and go right to this point. We'll bring it back out front. Can they get a look? Good double team out front. McMillan is there. That one is lifted high in the air to the opposite side and cleared once again outside the 18 and returned back past midfield. Good job defensively there by Hanover. A takeaway. Opportunity here for the Panthers. They're down in numbers, and I think we're going to see a foul right here, and we will. Time is called. Player down here for the Panthers. I think that's going to be Omar Dizdar, who went down. Of course, he is nursing that right hand injury. Here, the Hanover coaches say he got hit in the head on that one. I don't think they're going to give him that call on that possession here, so nonetheless, they're going to have a kick from straight away. Of course, the last time we saw this, Biederstedt was able to reach up and snag one in midair. See the wall that is set right now for Rose-Hulman. That is Perez. Campos, it'll be Campos. Line drive, score! Wow. Take another look at it. Just a great ball there by Campos, beating the outstretched arms of Biederstedt. Campos has been held in check, and he's been beat around a little bit tonight at times. But you got the free kick, and all of a sudden now you're down to 4.5. And Rose-Hulman, again, who's only lost one time at home this year, in danger of losing a tough one here tonight. Campos on the takeaway. Campos hit from behind again. No call on this one. Tough no call there for the Panthers. You could see from our vantage point the coaching staff and players very upset. Here's Campos again. Another takeaway. Campos unable to keep possession. He goes down one more time. Under 4 now for Rose-Hulman. They're going to have to hurry. They were on the verge moments ago of having maybe no worse than the tie, but now they play from behind. Hanover wins. They'll go 6-2-1. Rose-Hulman will go 6-2-1. And guess who has the tiebreaker? It'll be Hanover because of the head-to-head win here tonight. And then we wait and see what happens with Manchester in their contest as well. McMillan able to clear that one. Biederstedt gives up less than a goal per match. Gives up one late on the kick, the free kick. Under 3 now. Whistle, and another player down for Hanover. And that's going to stop play here for just a moment. Urban is out again, as we mentioned, with that calf injury for Rose-Hulman. And now Hanover trying to see who is down here for the Panthers, and that's going to be Perez, and he's played well tonight. It looks like he's going to be okay. He'll stay in the lineup. Panthers 2:38 away now, and the clock is ready to go once again. I'm going to put it back to 2:38. 1 second had gone off. Boy, Rose is really going to have to apply a lot of pressure here on the possession. try to get this thing back. We're having a difficult time resetting. They put it to 2:48, so actually it was 11 seconds off. Good ball goes out of bounds here on the near side. Dizdar unable to keep it in play. And now the Panthers back on defense. They just want to get deflections here and really stop any counterattack that they can. Nice takeaway. And again, just clear it as far as you can, though that one goes out of bounds. And a quick throw in here for Rose-Hulman, coming up on 2 minutes remaining. What a huge win this would be here tonight for the Panthers. They would be now 4-1-1 in their last 6 games and playing good soccer here heading into the tournament. Under 2 minutes. Kind of look over to the right. I can see the frustration there for the Rose-Hulman coaching staff. And here's Bearderstad. He's going to come all the way out and kick it from here because he can make it all the way down. Yeah, they've wasted a lot of time on the clock. Ball high in the air at the top of the 18. Rose, still a chance. They lose possession on this one. That's a big turnover right there. Hanover trying to clear it. It goes off of a Rose player. Quick throw in. Coming up on a minute to go. Cole able to make the return. Good look here at Perez. Perez coming off the injury just moments ago seems to be okay. Near side Dizdar. Ball goes out of play, throw in. Coming up on a minute. This is McMillan. Fired that one into the bench there for Hanover. Rose needs a quick one. Good defense again, and a ball cleared, not far enough. And the return. Boy, that one really played well by Oshner. 30 seconds remaining. All Hanover needs to do now is clear it. Back to the other zone. Got a collision, and it will go against Rose. That's pretty much going to do it. They will take their time getting to this free kick. Clock down to 10.
10, 9.
All they have to do is kick it far, and it's over. Hanover gets a late goal, and they pick up a road win tonight. The Panthers get the shutout win 1-0. And the Panthers now 9-7-1 overall, 5-2-1 in conference play for Rose-Hulman. They fall to 10-5-2. And they are now 6-2-1 in the conference. And I should have said that a little bit ago. Hanover's actually 6-2-1. Both teams are 6-2-1 in conference play. And again, we wait and see what happens with the Manchester matchup tonight. So there's still a chance, again, for Hanover to get that #1 seed in the tournament. But a big win here tonight in this one. That's going to do it. Thanks for being with us. Your final score, Hanover 1 and Rose-Hulman 0. This has been Fighting Engineers Soccer on RHIT TV.